How to boost productivity with a short attention span, a story of focus and transformation. Meet Sarah. She's like many of us. Her attention span isn't exactly marathon material. Her day begins with the best of intentions. She sits down at her desk, ready to tackle her to-do list. But before she can even check off her first task, a notification pops up on her phone. It's a message from a friend. Just a quick reply, she thinks. It won't take long. 15 minutes later, she's deep into Instagram Reels, watching cats chase laser pointers. The morning slips away, and Sarah's productivity is nowhere to be found. Feeling frustrated by her lack of focus, Sarah knew something had to change. She decided to take control and find a way to make the most of her short attention span. Here's the story of how she transformed her workday with a few simple but effective strategies. A game changer. One afternoon, while scrolling through articles on improving productivity, yes, it was procrastination, Sarah stumbled upon the Pomodoro technique. The idea was simple: work in 25-minute focused intervals, then take a 5-minute break. It seemed doable, even with her wandering mind. She set a timer, picked a task, and dove in. At first, 25 minutes felt like an eternity. She found herself tempted to check social media, make tea, or stare out the window. But she pushed through, reminding herself that she only had to stay focused for a short burst. Before she knew it, the timer rang. She had completed her first solid block of work in what felt like days. The satisfaction of achieving something in that short window gave her a boost, and the 5-minute break was the perfect reward. Sarah stuck with this method for a few weeks, gradually noticing that it wasn't as hard to concentrate for those short intervals anymore. The Pomodoro technique had turned her short attention span from an obstacle into a productivity tool. The digital detox plan. Next, Sarah realized that her attention wasn't just drifting randomly, it was being stolen by constant distractions: her phone, her email, the endless tabs open on her browser. She needed a plan to cut down on these distractions if she wanted to stay productive. She started by putting her phone on Do Not Disturb mode during her Pomodoro intervals. She also installed a website blocker to limit access to social media and other distracting sites while working. With fewer interruptions, she found it easier to stay on task, and over time, her focus grew stronger. To her surprise, the urge to check her phone every few minutes diminished. With each day, Sarah felt more in control of her time, and her work flowed more smoothly, breaking tasks into bite-sized pieces. Sarah had another revelation. She often felt overwhelmed by large projects, which made it hard to focus. The tasks on her to-do list felt enormous, and she didn't know where to start, so she avoided them altogether. The solution? Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of writing finish report, she broke it into mini tasks like write introduction, research statistics, and edit final draft. Each step felt much less daunting and more achievable. With smaller goals in mind, her attention stayed on track, and the sense of accomplishment after each step kept her momentum going. Finding energy through movement. Despite her progress, Sarah noticed that her attention would still wane after a while, especially in the afternoon. She felt sluggish and easily distracted. A friend suggested she try adding short bursts of physical activity into her routine, so she gave it a try. Every hour, Sarah would stand up, stretch, or take a quick walk around her apartment. It didn't seem like much, but the movement refreshed her mind and helped her refocus. These little breaks, along with her Pomodoro intervals, became essential for keeping her productivity high throughout the day. Embracing self-compassion. Even with all these changes, there were still days when Sarah's attention span felt impossible. She'd get distracted or lose motivation. But instead of beating herself up, she learned to practice self-compassion. Sarah realized that productivity ebbs and flows, and it was okay to have off days. The important thing was that she kept coming back to her systems. By treating herself kindly, Sarah avoided the burnout that often came with self-criticism. Her focus improved, and her workday felt less like a battle and more like a series of small wins. The end result: productivity with a short attention span. Over time, Sarah's productivity skyrocketed. She didn't become a completely different person. Her attention span was still short, but now she worked with it rather than against it. She used short, focused intervals to get things done, reduced distractions, broke down tasks, stayed active, and embraced self-compassion on the tough days. Sarah's journey proves that even with a short attention span, productivity is possible. It's not about forcing yourself to focus for hours on end, but about finding strategies that match the way your mind works. In the end, it's about progress, not perfection. And Sarah? She's proof that small, intentional changes can lead to big results. So why not start your own journey today? Embrace your unique attention span and discover the productivity strategies that work best for you.